Hi, my name is Kayla. I am the student counselor from Weber State here at Legacy. Here at Legacy, we really like to help people who are struggling with substance abuse, alcoholism, people who want to recover from those things, but also building a really strong sense of self, whether that be self-esteem, some confidence, understanding, coming to terms, really anything that helps you achieve the best quality of life. So if there's anything, feel free to let me know.
Okay.
It says here that your name is Eduardo. Is that the name that you would prefer to go by? Is there anything else that I can refer to you as?
Eduardo's okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
Wonderful. So just to let you know, I am sworn by confidentiality here. The only time that I will ever break confidentiality is if there is a case of suicidality, homicidality, child abuse, or something severe that requires me to speak in court.
Okay.
But even then, only the important details are going to be disclosed there. Everything else stays 100% between you and I. So I really do hope that you're just open and honest with me. I also hope that you're punctual. I promise I will try my best to do the same. If I do have to cancel an appointment, I will let you know as soon as I can, just so you don't show up and wonder where I'm at, and we can always reschedule. But as of right now, the next 7 meetings will be here at the same exact time, same exact place. We're not going to mix it up a whole lot. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that sounds
Awesome.
perfect.
Are there any other questions that you might have for me?
Not that I can think of right now, no.
Okay, wonderful. So tell me a little bit about what's going on. Why have you come to see me today?
So as of now, I have had a little bit of issues with heroin addiction. It has gotten, well, it first started when I was in high school, my freshman year. So as you can see, that was like in 9th grade, so it was a lot of years ago. Where I got it from was from my family. My parents actually were going through the same thing, and for some reason I thought about coming to probably get some help and see where it gets me. So it's pretty simple to go ahead and get it at home, and so that's where it kind of started to be a problem. It's not only heroin, it's also like alcohol, it's also weed, anything like that can just kind of make you feel a little bit better.
Okay.
So probably just kind of like getting some help to see like what could probably go about so that I won't have to like have this high to be a good person, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
Because I've noticed that like if I stop, I get really irritable, like it's hard, I can't do my work or anything like that, and so that's what keeps me in the drugs, if that makes sense.
Okay. So what would you say was this starting point? What is the draw of these drugs to you? What initially drew you to that made you want to take part in that?
So as I saw all of my family doing it, even as a young kid and stuff like that, we never received services because my parents had never beaten me. Mostly, what I'm thinking about now that I'm older is probably because they were always high. And so as of now, once I got older and stuff like that, it was just something that was common, something that was regular. And so I would try it with cousins and try it here and there. Once I came of age, was apparently in 9th grade. So I guess like around puberty or anything like that, like final stages of puberty where it would just be full on just shooting maybe a day or anything.
Okay. So you said that your family have also been users. Are they currently using? Or?
Yes. So they do not own here.
Okay.
I came here by my own voluntary need, I guess you can say. I haven't really seen any issues with my work or anything like that, but it's just something that I kind of want to get rid of.
Okay, so what is the reason behind that? Why do you personally want to do this?
So I kind of just want to get rid of the need of a high to be a good person, like I said, so I just don't want to be so brought down by the fact of not having drugs in my life. And also, coming from a family that is just like so regular and so normal, sometimes I feel like the wanting of not being in that normal is just really bad, if that makes sense. So probably getting into the feel of like where I can find myself outside of these drugs.
Okay, wonderful. So what are some strengths that you might have or some passions that you have that you do maybe when you're not high or when you have a little more free time on your hands? What are some things that you enjoy doing?
Okay. So since I believe I'm highly addicted to this heroin and other types of drugs, so I am always constantly in a high. As of right now, I just shot one in the car just to be able to do this, just to gain confidence or anything like that. So that I see as a plain outright weakness where I need these substances. Strengths would come out after I have these substances in my system. So as of now, once I get high or anything like that, I'm able to work more efficiently. I'm able to speak with people and stuff like that. And when I'm off of them, I kind of wish I would still have these strengths when I was off of them, if that makes sense. But I do have a good work ethic, I believe. Like I said, I don't have any issues with my occupation or anything like that. It's just mostly just wanting to go ahead and be able to focus more without them.
Definitely. So you kind of want to work on more of that social aspect, you being comfortable, confident, talking to people on your own without the inclusion of substances. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, we can definitely work on that. There are a couple other counselors here that deal specifically with some social skills.
Okay.
And I think that maybe combining my efforts along with theirs and your own, because that's the most important. This all has to be on your own. We can only help you so much, and the rest really has to be your initiative. And you coming in here and admitting that this is a problem and you would like to fix it is the first step, and that's a really big one. So I think that that's wonderful.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit more about your family. You said that they don't know that you're here. Is that because you think they might be upset, or is it because? Tell me a little bit more.
So as of now, since it's so normal and everything with my family to go ahead and be doing drugs and all this and that, I did not tell them that I wanted to go ahead and seek help, mostly because of the inclusion of being in the family. I want to be able to still be a part of the family, if that makes sense, especially when I'm trying to receive help. So as of now, I kind of want to be sober, but at the same time, I don't want to lose the aspect of the family, if that makes sense. Now, I mean, to be completely honest, they're not the greatest, but, I mean, we can't help who we choose. We can't choose our own family, but I still want to be a part of them, and I kind of don't want them to basically degrade me for not being a drug addict.
Of course. So when you say family, how direct does that mean? Like, what parts does that include? Cousins, aunts and uncles, grandparents?
So grandparents passed away, unfortunately. I do know that they did dabble a little bit, but not too much. It was mostly just my parents. My parents, they don't have that many siblings. I know my father was a lone child, and I know my mother only had one other sister. So my aunt is also pretty big drug addict, but she doesn't have any kids or anything like that, or married, so she doesn't have any other responsibilities, if that makes sense. But when it comes down to my parents, they both were drug users in high school and a little bit in junior high. Junior high was more of alcohol and stuff like that, then started to try other things. But I do have cousins that come from, I call them cousins, if that makes sense, because I did grow up with them on the streets and stuff, and so I call them kind of like cousins, sometimes siblings, because we're just so close. But some of them would introduce me to other things. They would basically be my passageway into drugs and stuff like that. So basically kind of like friends that are very close to me that I call my cousins, and then my parents. I don't have any other siblings. I'm the only one as well. So sometimes it kind of gets to the point where you need those connections, and to get that, it's with drugs.
Okay. So it sounds like you family is very important to you. You said that maybe they're not the best to other people, but to you, they're what you have, and they're who you love. And I think that one of the wonderful things about Legacy is you're with people who maybe have dealt with some of the same things that you have dealt with, and who have recovered, or who are recovering, or who are wanting to recover. And just like the quote-unquote cousins of yours that you said you grew up with them, you can really find some people like that at Legacy who listen and have similarities in the sense that they want to help you become the best you that you can be. And I think that that'll really benefit you so long as you choose to stay here and keep accessing these services.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit more about some reasons that you want to get off of this. I know that you said the social aspect, definitely, But is there anything else you can think of that really pushed you to want to come here and try and better the situation that you happen to be in?
So as of now, it's yes for the social aspect, and then also for like family integration and stuff. So maybe probably I wanted to kind of also get a little bit more services on how to help my family, if that makes sense. Now, I am not necessarily a believer that drugs are bad, because they have helped me, but they are a detriment to me, if that makes sense. But I'm kind of also here to see what my family could probably improve on or anything like that. Or I guess I do have a significant other, and they also use a little bit, but at the same time they use a little bit more than I do. So it's a bigger danger, if that makes sense. And I want their well-being. So
when you say that your partner uses a little bit more than you, how often do you use?
So I use about, on a daily basis, about 2 doses of heroin, and then I smoke pretty regularly.
Is that tobacco or
no
marijuana?
Weed? Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty regularly, and that's basically it. I do drink a lot as well, but I'm not aggressive after I drink. It's more of just like drink, sleep, and then you wake up. So, and then more drugs. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So which one of those do you think you would like to tackle most?
Probably the heroin.
Okay.
Just because that one, of course, leaves bruises sometimes and stuff like that. I guess just for aesthetic, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. I definitely understand that.
Okay.
That is very common. And I think that if we tackle this one slowly but surely, it is not an overnight process. I will tell you that right now. It does take work, but like I said, you've taken that first step, and I think that that's wonderful. I think if we can really try to tackle this problem, the drinking in excess and smoking as well will all sort of fall into place and gradually become a little bit easier for you to overcome, because I can see that that is something that you truly want.
Cool.
So this is the kind of conclusion of our meeting today. Are there any other questions that you have for me, or anything else that you think I might want to be left with before our next meeting? That is 7 days away. So
no, I don't think so. I think I'm pretty good. So it's going to take time, and I know that, but I'm here, I guess. So.
Yeah, and that's absolutely wonderful. That's very good progress, and I'm anxious to see where this process goes for you. And I also need you to understand, like I said in the beginning, you have to be open and honest with me. If we get to the point of recovery or sobriety, relapse may happen, and you have to disclose that to me. If there are any other things in your life that you think may affect your journey to sobriety, also disclose that to me. Like I said, I'm sworn into confidentiality. That information won't go anywhere else. So I will see you this time next Tuesday.
Okay, thank you.
Wonderful.